Hello, my name is Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we have another new artist alert for the channel. Yes, we're headed all the way back to 1967 and 1968 to listen to Pretty Ballerina and Away Renee by American baroque pop band, The Left Banke. And this video comes courtesy of my amazing supporter here and new member over on Patreon, Arnie. So thank you so much, Arnie, for all your support, for joining Patreon, and for introducing me to a new band that I've never heard of. Pretty Ballerina and Away Renee come from Away Renee / Pretty Ballerina, their first studio album. Pretty Ballerina is the opening track and was a hit single, reaching number 15 in the US and number 4 in Canada. It was written by the Left Banke pianist Michael Brown about singer Renee Flodden, the girlfriend of the Left Banke guitarist Tom Finn and the object of Brown's affections. The lyrics delve into the intense emotions of infatuation, the impact of a brief encounter, and the ability of the imagination to keep someone alive in our thoughts, dreams, and fantasies. Let's go.
And then she obliged me. Was I surprised? Yeah. Was I surprised? Well, not at all. I called her yesterday, it should have been tomorrow. I could not keep the joy that was inside. I paid for her to tell me if she really loved me. Somewhere says go ahead and find her. Just close your eyes, yeah. Just close your eyes and she'll be there. She'll be there. She'll be there.
Wow. Wow, that was wonderful. Many surprises. It was a short song, but a lot packed in there. That dissonance in the melody, big surprise. It's like we were happy in the melody, and then we got that dissonant note or two, kind of a do 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 do. That was awesome. Again, very unexpected. Totally caught my ear. I loved it. And of course, huge 60s grooves going on here. The vibe of the song. We're in the 60s. I don't go there too much on the channel. Luckily, with paid Patreon requests, there's no time era restrictions. So I'm glad to present this great 60s music on YouTube. So yeah, of course, reminiscent of the Beatles, the Monkees, the Yardbirds. Is that a band? Just so many greats from the era, Mamas and the Papas, etc. Loved it. Again, kind of something different, a different vibe for my channel. Of course, it was love at first listen to the lead vocalist, Steve Martin Caro. Incredible. He had this smooth, flowing vocal delivery, fit perfect with the kind of dreamlike, setting that we're in with this song. Amazing falsettos. I hear lots of falsetto on the channel. This one, amazing. Loved it. I'm glad he used it several times in the song. One of the best falsettos I've heard for sure. And of course, the baroque classical elements, amazing. We got a stringed instrument on the left. I'm not sure if it was a violin. It was kind of deeper in the tone, so it could have been something else, viola, cello, but we'll say it's a violin. Whatever it was, amazing. Fit perfect as a bookend to the piano. Pretty certain we got an oboe solo on this one. I love solos, but especially when there's something unique other than a guitar or keyboard. Such a nice groove in this one, a nice flow like I mentioned. The piano kind of perfectly balanced on the right, driving the song as well. Loved it. It was kind of poetic even. Such love and intrigue, again flowing steadily at a good pace through the whole song. Almost felt dreamlike. He's just pouring out his thoughts, and I really appreciated it. A perfect intro to this band for me. I'll give it 5 super shiny golden records, an A+ for Pretty Ballerina by the Left Banke, 1967. Okay, on to Walk Away Renee. It was also a hit single, reaching number 5 in the US and number 3 in Canada. This is allegedly another one that Michael Brown wrote for Renee. He stated that he was mythologically in love with her. Her mere presence in the recording studio one day caused his hands to shake, rendering him unable to play his parts. He had to come back later when she was gone. Wow. Naturally, the lyrics are about painful, unrequited love. Let's go.
And when I see the sign that points one way, the life we used to pass by every day. Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. The empty sidewalks on my block are not the same. You're not to blame. From deep inside the tears that I forced to cry, from deep inside the pain that I chose to hide. Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. Now as the rain beats down upon my weary eyes, for me it cries. Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. Now as the rain beats down upon my weary eyes, for me it cries. Your name and mine inside a heart upon a wall still finds a way to haunt me, though they're so small. Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. The empty sidewalks on my block are not the same. You're not to blame.
That one flew by. Wow, so far these two, so catchy. I can totally see why they were both huge hits. Nice, pleasant flow in this one as well. Yes, I know it's about sadness, heartbreak. It's actually really tragic that it's a true story that, he was in love with another band member's girlfriend. Obviously, it was unrequited, nothing he could do about it. And wow, what can you say? Very familiar Beatlesque chord progressions. I think they were in the verses, kind of that descending motif. Really nice. I love the mixing. It was interesting, kind of separate. The drums definitely happening here on the right. I swear I heard some timpani throughout the song. I love timpani. And of course, the bold strings were back here in full force. Pretty sure they were violins, at least some of them. Maybe something else, but really strong in this song. Speaking of strong, this one had a bolder vocal delivery by Steve. Still very impactful, enjoyable. You felt his passion. The chorus, of course, short and sweet. I should say bittersweet. It definitely reminded me of Electric Light Orchestra in, the melodies, the harmonies, just the general vibe of that chorus. And of course, that's an excellent reference. We get another acoustic instrument solo. That was great, short and sweet. Don't know what it was. I'm like, why can't I identify this? Was it brass or was it woodwind? You guys can let me know if you know. But overall, a pleasant song. Lots of love pouring through. It's a true story. He's pouring out his heart, but lots of heartbreak as well, because obviously he can never be with her. Definitely some shades of the Beatles going on there as well. I'd have to assume that the Beatles were an inspiration for this group. After all, they inspired many, many groups. Great song. It's also getting 5 super shiny golden records. Another A+ for Away Renee by the Left Banke, 1967. And we'll finish off with There's Gonna Be a Storm. Comes from the Left Banke 2, their second studio album. Their third and final album wouldn't come for 18 more years. Wow. Couldn't find any lyrical interpretation, so to me, it's a love song. The narrator is in love and wants a deep connection with the other, hoping their love will grow and carry them through anything. Let's go. So cool.
Here you are. Ask me why I could only lie. Here I am, and there's one thing I can't deny. Just look up in the sky. And when the waves of love
Experimentation, yes. Wow, that was just a year later. Very different in several ways than the first two. That was bizarre in a great way, of course. The way it was constructed, so much was happening, at least that's what it seemed like. It's so unusual, I always say that, but very, very unusual, striking. Of course, the more different the music and melodies, the arrangement is, the more striking it becomes. This one was very striking. It felt like I was on something listening to it. Obviously I wasn't, but it was that unusual, that surreal, that striking, that different. So apparently Renee's boyfriend, guitarist Tom Finn, wrote this song and provided the lead vocals. So, a great way to show their versatility, just, 1 year apart. Wow. Loved his voice, also very smooth and passionate. I'd have to hear all the songs again to compare both singers, but they're both excellent. I think there was a third singer as well that did lead vocals on at least one song that I read about. Yeah, so much going on here, at least to my ears. That's what made it so striking. I remember there was some Beatlesque harmonies happening, confusing melodies in the chorus. That's not a bad thing. It just means that, wow, it really struck me. I couldn't grasp onto what was happening. It was that different for me. Just very original. There seemed to be like two main sections to the song. One that was obviously the verse, and then it went to the chorus. I don't know. Again, a lot happened. It would take several listens to learn this one as far as the structure. And then it was flying by. I was trying to capture the music. I remember hearing guitars, I believe guitars on left and right, although it sounded like something else, maybe a sitar. I have no idea. But again, very original. I know there was some bass on the right. I'm sure drums were in there, and obviously the vocals were in the center. And of course, the big star of the show, that awesome ascending, descending, and traveling violin. So cool. Top song moment for sure. It was used plentifully, especially, at the end. It was just fluttering around like a brewing storm. That's what I took it as. Beautiful. An awesome decision there. Again, to me, it's a love song. I don't know for sure, but I was getting big vibes of wonder and joy in this interesting song. And then we get that pause. I think I had read about that. I forgot, but as soon as they stopped, I'm like, okay, that's the pause that I had heard about. Interesting. Made it very experimental, in my opinion. The whole song kind of ahead of its time in a way, as far as the arrangement, the overall sound, the places it went. And then after the pause, I'm like, what's going to happen? Very interesting. We get spoken voices in the background and just some drums to accompany that. I'm like, I have no idea the meaning, but I really want to know in relation to what I think the rest of the song is about. There was even a cool sound in the beginning, maybe in the middle, which was supposed to be the storm, I think, but it wasn't the traditional thunder or lightning. It was more of an electronic rumbling. That was amazing as well. More experimentation. And due to all that experimentation, the amazing, unusual arrangement that confused me in the best way possible, and the overall creativity, I have to give this one the Epic Platinum Record Award. Yes, for There's Gonna Be a Storm by the Left Banke, 1968. Wow. And thank you so much for all three incredible songs. Steve Martin Caro, Michael Brown, Tom Finn, Jeff Winfield, Rick Brand, George Cameron, Lisa David Shearhorst, Tom Ferrer, anyone else involved, and of course the amazing Arnie. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat about these three. I would love to know what you think. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.